The Crawleys were up in London for Sybil's debut. Edith and Sybil are back with their parents, but Mary stays with Lady Rosamond, Robert's sister, her aunt. Cora is feeling unwell and calls Dr. Clarkson to see her, and surprise, surprise, she's pregnant. I mean, this alters everything. If you remember, the reason why Matthew is here in the first place is because Cora and Robert do not have a male heir. If Cora were to give birth to a boy, this would completely change everything. This is also the reason why Mary, on hearing the news, starts having second thoughts about marrying Matthew. Although she loves him, if the child were a boy, Matthew would really have no place in Downton and would have to continue the rest of his life as a solicitor. And as Rosamond accurately points out, Mary isn't the kind of person to be happy with that sort of life, and so she encourages Mary to ditch Matthew. Violet, on the other hand, wholeheartedly disagrees with her daughter.
His whole future is at risk. He will love you to the end of his days.
I mean, yeah, this is solid advice. If it turns out to be a girl, Matthew gets to be the Earl and Mary a Countess, and everything goes back to the way it was. So whose advice do you think Mary takes? Rosamond's, of course. She tells Matthew that she cannot give him an answer until the child is born, and he can see what's brought this on, and they fall out. I was right about why Bates snitched on himself. O'Brien and Thomas are indeed relentless, and Miss O'Brien over here finds out about Bates's past and she brings it to Mr. Carson. Carson isn't keen on firing Bates, and besides he knew anyways. It's brought to Robert and he too does not want to fire Bates. I love seeing Bates getting the support he deserves. Violet notices that her lady's maid is getting shifty and her suspicions are confirmed when her lady's maid hands in her notice to get married.
How could you be so selfish?
Cora agrees to help Violet look for replacements by putting advertisements in a magazine, for which Violet is grateful. Cora, while discussing firing Bates with Robert, stumbles on the topic of O'Brien. Robert's never been a fan of hers and proposes firing her. Unfortunately, O'Brien walks in on them.
So I should sack O'Brien instead.
This should do the trick, my lady.
And this compounded with overhearing conversations like how the advertisement's going between Violet and Cora makes her believe that Cora is planning to fire her.
He's advertised for your replacement.
That filthy, ungrateful cow.
She's of course mistaken, and no, Cora is not planning on sacking her. O'Brien isn't the only one who fears losing her job though. Mrs. Patmore with her failing vision is also scared, but she's got nothing to be worried about because Robert ends up helping her get treatment. She has cataracts and is sent to London with Anna to take care of her. In the meantime, Matthew and Isabel's cook, Mrs. Bird, moves over to Downton in her stead. Mrs. Patmore, who is really insecure, tells Daisy to make the food taste bad so they'll miss her when she comes back. Daisy tries to do this, but her clumsy girl messes up the downstairs food, mistaking it for the upstairs food.
Come on, tell us what's in it.
Daisy's caught, but I feel so bad for her for some reason. I know she shouldn't have done this, especially for someone like Mrs. Patmore, but I know people in real life like her who aren't really strong, I suppose. Not everyone has a spine, and let's not forget, she's fairly young, probably in her teens. Daisy's a very realistic character, if that makes sense. While Mrs. Patmore is in the hospital for surgery, Anna decides to put her time to good use and starts snooping about to learn about Bates's past. A few episodes back, Anna does confess her love to Bates.
Because I love you, Mr. Bates.
And also, Anna is confident that Bates is innocent. She manages to get his mom's address and meets her. His mom tells her her side of the story. Bates was once married to a woman named Vera. Vera was the thief who stole the goods that Bates was accused of stealing, but Bates took this on and confessed to the crime. His mom says that he did this because he was an alcoholic, thanks to his PTSD from the war, and he felt guilty for ruining Vera's life with the drinking. Things come to a boiling point with O'Brien when she overhears Cora and Violet talking about new ladies' maids.
There's one I think has real possibilities. She learned to do hair in Paris.
And as Cora is bathing, she spreads soap on the floor.
But O'Brien, this is not who you are.
And Cora slips.
My lady, if you could just wait.
And yes, she miscarries. This evil woman. I just cannot with her. She's so bitter, mean and awful. Saying that this isn't really you or some bullshit does not make a fucking difference. It does not make what he did go away. To add to the heartbreak of Cora and Robert, the baby was a boy. While Mary was at her aunt's house in London, Mr. Napier had paid her a visit. He'd come to tell her that he was not the source of the rumours about her and Pamuk.
But who told them?
It was your sister, Lady Edith.
Mary does confront Edith and she does not deny it, not apologetic in the slightest. Edith is on a high right now, and after spending so much time with Stralin, she's sure he's going to propose to her at a garden party that her family's hosting to raise funds for the local hospital. Mary's happy to take Matthew back now that he's the heir. Matthew's obviously upset at Mary for essentially dumping him when his future was uncertain. He tells her that he can't marry her now, and he will leave Downton now that things are awkward. Since Mary's prospects are down the drain, she decides to tank Edith's too. Mary tells Stralin that Edith is trying to avoid a proposal from some old bogey, and on hearing this, Stralin runs for the hills. To be fair, Edith Loki was asking for it when she admitted to writing to the Turkish ambassador. So basically everyone, Edith, Mary, Matthew, Robert and Cora, is down in the mouth. Well yeah, O'Brien too. Violet asks O'Brien if she could look for the replies to the advertisement that Cora had placed to look for the new lady's maid for Violet.
Her ladyship was helping you find a new lady's maid.
O'Brien has finally wrapped her thick head around and now feels like the piece of shit that she is. The only person who's got good news is Gwen. She's been trying out multiple times to get a job as a secretary, and she finally gets the good news that she's got the job.
Darling Gwen, you've got the job.
Sybil is happy for her, as she should be. Sybil has put in a ton of effort to help Gwen secure a post. The season ends with Robert getting a letter.
Very much regret to announce that we are at war with Germany.
Yup, World War I is here. Season 1 is over. First things first, Mary and Matthew. I know Mary's really honest about everything, and she's also pragmatic, which is why I think she should have taken her grandma's advice and said yes to Matthew when she could, but I guess it's all done and dusted. I think the reason why Mary chose not to give Matthew an answer was because by doing this, she wouldn't have to lie and she could also be pragmatic, do things that she really values. But look what trying to do both got her. This is also the first time I've seen Violet and Isabel agreeing on anything, so I guess that counts for something. Lastly, I want to talk about Thomas. In this episode, Mr. Molesley sees him steal from Mr. Carson's wallet. Molesley does not know Thomas personally, so when he tells Carson what he saw, Carson rightly concludes that he's telling the truth and starts making plans to fire Thomas. But with the threat of a war looming, Thomas asks Dr. Clarkson if he could be of any assistance to help in the war effort medically, and Clarkson agrees to look into jobs Thomas could take. So mind you, nothing is certain, he could possibly not get the job, but he's so confident that he will that he starts getting cocky. He's rude to everyone, and his reaction to learning that Cora has lost her baby is so callous. Like, this is the type of talk that will get you fired, and he's only doing this because he believes he's bagged the job. This is what I mean when I say he's not all that smart. He's hated, nobody likes him, he's been in hot water multiple times before, and here he is making himself more and more dislikable. He's also so mean to poor William. So in the last episode, we find out that William's mother is really sick and she ends up passing away. And Thomas, being the sick fuck that he is, decides to use this to torment William.
No wonder he fell to pieces when his old mum snuffed it.
What kind of person would you have to be to get joy out of torturing some kid who's done nothing to slight you, ever? At least he let William get a good few punches in before breaking them up. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more videos. Check out my other videos if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.